yourselves a round of applause for signing up and coming. I am Mr. Palladino. I'm the athletic director for the school district. Today we have a full day planned for you. Some business items before we hand it off to our speakers. Your name tags. It says more than just your name. All right, we have 3 breakout sessions today. And you'll see on your tag is 1, 2, and L, or 1, 2, and 3. The L stands for lunch. The 3 also stands for lunch. It depends what day we did their tags. All right, so listen, when we get to that portion of the day and we say it's breakout session 1, we'll have our coaches come up. If your number 1 says field hockey, you'll be going off to a breakout session with our field hockey coach. If we're in breakout session number 2, listen up, and it says bowling, you'll be going with our bowling coach. Yet again, we'll break you up and go. All right, so that's what those numbers and those things signify. The dot on your tag, you either have a red dot or a blue dot. That just signifies what lunch period you're doing. All right, we're going to take you through the high school cafeteria lines today. All right, if you are a blue dot, if you're a red dot, you're doing the first lunch. If you're a blue dot, you're the second lunch. And yet again, when we get to that portion of the day, we'll be dismissing you. All right? All right, hey girls, listen up. First thing, all right, that we have to be aware of to be successful students, to be successful athletes, when somebody is speaking, when somebody's giving directions, when somebody's giving their time to you, have enough respect for them as a speaker today or as a coach in a breakout session to give them your undivided attention. You would ask for the same, we ask for the same. All right? So those are the few business items we have today. All right, today is meant to be fun. Today is meant to restart, reboot, all right, female athletics here at Norristown. Renaissance, how many people know what Renaissance is? Who can tell me what Renaissance means? This is like a Renaissance for girls sports. Renaissance, anybody? Renaissance, somebody. Rebirth. All right, rebirth of female athletics, fresh start. All right, so this is a fresh start, and you are all part of it today. You're going to hear some fantastic speakers that have been to Norristown, that have been successful in Norristown, and what it takes to be successful. Not only at Norristown, but in life and whatever you do. All right, so with that, we're going to have our first welcome, Miss Morgan from East Norriton, and one of our student athletes here, Bailey Hendricks.
Hi guys, my name is Bailey Hendricks. I'm a junior here at the high school, and I'm one of the many people who helped to put this event together today. Can we give a round of applause to all the people in pink who helped set this event up? A little bit about me. I played 3 sports here at the high school: field hockey, swimming, and softball. I have a 4.1 GPA, and I'm ranked 7th in my class. I'm a part of student council, and I'm very involved in this school. But the most important thing is that I chose to be a Lady Eagle. I had multiple offers from many private schools, Catholic schools, whatever you want to call them, who wanted me to come to their school. I chose to come here because I'm proud of where I'm from. I'm proud to be a 3rd-generation Eagle, and when I step on the field, I have pride. That's the most important thing. So thank you for coming to this day, and I hope you guys choose to be Lady Eagles.
Good. Good morning, guys. Just welcome again. Thank you guys for all coming and wanting to be and play like a town girl. What's that? Oh. We have a new sound system in the auditorium, and it sounds wonderful so far. On behalf of Mr. Dormer, he's not here right now, but he did send this. He wanted to let you guys know that playing like a town girl is about being the best you can be. Athletics empower you and provide you with a venue to grow and to show your strength, determination, and pride. This is your opportunity to let the eagle inside of you spread its wings and to soar. And he will be here, so make sure you say hello to him and all that stuff. At this time, we are going to get ready for a quick video of what it means to play like a town girl.
All right, we have to thank Mr. Doyle for putting this video together, and we also have some Lady Eagles in the audience that had a hand in putting this together as well. You'll see some of them in on the video. So sit back and enjoy.
Girl. Play like a town girl. Like a town girl.
Like a Town Girl mean? So everybody has a brochure. If you open your brochure, you don't have one? They'll be coming around real soon. Someone's going to hand some out for you. So we wanted to exemplify and get all the characteristics that showed and demonstrate what a town girl is. So we know that a town girl is strong, so you guys are strong. We know that you guys are resilient. We know that you guys are determined. We know that you guys are intelligent. We know that you guys are persistent. We know that you guys are relentless. And most of all, we know that you guys are going to be student athletes. We want you guys to be students in the classroom and then also students of the game. So, when you think of what a town girl is, that's what a town girl is, and that's what we need you guys to be. So going forward, playing sports and lifestyle, we want you guys to really capitalize on these characteristics of being a town girl. Everybody cool with that? All right, so while we're getting set up for the next thing, how many of you guys want to go to college and play sports at the next level? How many of you guys want to go to college and play the sports at the next level for free? That means your parents don't have to pay for anything. That means you don't have to pay for anything. That means you're going to play for free. A lot of us, I would have been interested in that. So we have Coach Milton Williams here, and he's going to give you some requirements you guys need, especially for our 8th graders coming in and for some of our high school students on what you need to do in order to capitalize on going to college for free.
All right, once again, please give yourselves a round of applause. This is beautiful to see us with the young ladies here. So I'm actually the head track and field coach here at the high school. We do winter and we also do spring track. Also, some of you may know me, I'm also a teacher at Eisenhower. I teach 6th grade math. So one of the things we're going to be talking about is the NCAA, difference between core courses, which your GPA means, and then also Division II schools. So that's just a little brief bio about me. I'm actually been coaching here, and I actually was a graduate here, 1998 graduate. I also ran track here, was second in the state in the 400 during my time here, and I've also, when I went to college, was a 12-time All-American at Lincoln University, which is a HBCU located in Pennsylvania. So also I've coached about 15 athletes who have gone on to run Division I or Division II, so it's been a bunch of different folks, so that's the reason why I have a pretty solid expertise in this area. So for those of you who raise your hands saying that you want to be a student athlete and want to go on to college, this presentation is yours for you and what you need to do to get to that area. All right, this is some of the girls that we have here, all right? And as you see here, we have a bunch of young ladies here. We actually just last year had a young lady who won the 100 meters in actually the entire state of Pennsylvania. She was a 100-meter state champion. Her name was Johnny Cook. We have another young lady here, Talia James, who was 4th in the state in the 200. You can stand up, Talia. She does. We also have a lot of young ladies that represent us, and one of the things about track and field, yes, it is sometimes, it is hard work, but one of the things is that it's nothing more fulfilling when you actually train and actually do some great things, and we travel a lot. It's a bunch of fun things that I'll talk more about in my breakout presentation. All right, so the first thing is what are core courses? So when you come to the high school, or for those of you who are at East Norton or at Stewart or at Eisenhower, the core courses are basically English, and when you come to the high school, you take English all 4 years. Also math, algebra 1, 2, or 3, geometry, and also statistics. So those are core courses. Also sciences, biology, chemistry, physics, forensics. There's a bunch of different science classes that they have here at the high school that are all underneath these core courses. Also social sciences, your American history, your civics, your government courses, your American systems, and then also if you take a foreign language, Spanish, French, that's it. Okay, just Spanish and French are the only 2 languages offered here at the high school, but those are all of your core courses. So what are not core courses? One of the things sometimes that people need to understand is that these courses still count towards your GPA, but they are not they're weighed a little bit differently than what you actually would do when you go to apply for the NCAA to see what you have to do in order to be a student athlete. All right, so if you take, let's say, fine arts or vocational, such as like driver's education, if you do a typing class, which is important, by the way, just to let you guys know, but it's just not, they're just looked at a little bit differently. Also, any personal skill classes, such as like personal finance, any other classes that you would also take, like gym, wood shop, those things in there are not core courses, but still, nonetheless, still count towards your overall GPA. So, and we'll talk about what GPA means in a few moments, but I just want to let you guys know that those are the things that, between the difference between your core courses and your non-core courses. So, for those of you who say, well, I'm passing gym, I'm supposed to be, but it is not a core course. So, just giving you ladies a heads up about that, okay? All right, so how many of us want to be Division I athletes or Division II athletes, if anybody's even know what that is? So Division I athletes, just to let you know, Division I and Division II are the only two divisions in college that actually give financial support for athletes. Division III, you cannot get an athletic scholarship, but they can give you some sort of aid. But Division I and II, so if you see schools above me like Temple, Villanova, St. Joe's, Pittsburgh, Penn State. There is a few different Penn State campuses, but this is talking about the Penn State, the one you see on TV. These are your Division I schools, and those are all the Division I schools in Pennsylvania. So a lot of the places that you guys see probably play basketball on TV, or you've seen them do some sort of sport on television. Those are your Division I schools in Pennsylvania. So that list is very, very small, but it does get larger as you go outside of the state, but this is just in Pennsylvania. And these are some of your Division II schools in Pennsylvania. Bloomsburg, for anyone who has maybe knows that goes to Bloomsburg, Shippensburg, Westchester, California, University of Pennsylvania, it's CalU, IUP, for any people, anyone that goes there. Those are all your Division II schools. Now this is a little bit larger than our Division I schools because it goes on to a second page. All right, so Division I and Division II have a different set of rules. We're going to talk a little bit about that because Division I requires you to do some things that Division II does not require you to do some things, so there's a huge difference between the two. Not too much, but a bit of a difference, okay? So just want to let you guys know that there is a difference between the two and what you need to do in order to be eligible to compete or to actually even be able to receive scholarship dollars when you go on to graduate from a high school, which for many of you is going to happen very quickly. I will tell you this, when you actually do come up to the high school, the 4 years go by very, very, very fast. So many people up here are probably already juniors and seniors. They can remember when they were freshmen. So just cherish the time when you are young people, because sometimes when you're an adult, it's not too much fun. All right, so these are some tools that are at your fingertips, and they can be, you can go online, you can Google them, you can do a bunch of things. Tony, can you click on the NCAA fact sheet for me? There's a button right there, click on that. Yeah. So this is a link that you can actually go on and just let you know if you want to be a Division I athlete. So here's what you need to do. You need to have 4 years of English, okay? You need to also have 3 years of math, so Algebra 1, Algebra 2, statistics, geometry, those courses that I listed above, or if you want to do some advanced level pre-calc for those of you who are really enjoy math, those are the things that you need to do. So 4 years of English, 3 years of math, that's 7 courses right there. Then you also need to have 2 years of science, all right? And then 1 additional year, if you want to decide you want to take an extra math your senior year, you want to take an extra science, whatever it is you're good at, you'll take 1 more year of those. So altogether now we're up to 8 classes, all right? Sorry, 10. And then you also need 2 years of social science, which are basically your American systems, your government,
any of your history classes offered here at the high school. And then the last is you need 4 years of, 2 years will probably be a foreign language. If you want to do all 4 years of a foreign language, you can, but you can then have 4 years of any of the other mixtures of classes there. So altogether, you need 16 core courses. So that's going to be your math, your science, your American systems, what I'll forget? Math, science, English, and also your foreign language and your history courses. So of those 5 different categories, you need to have 16 courses during the course of your 4 years here at the high school. Now, how many ladies here take Algebra 1 in 8th grade or 7th grade? Raise your hand if you take an Algebra 1. Okay. All right. So if you took Algebra 1 in 7th or 8th grade, that will also count for you as a core course as long as when you come up here, you ask them to put it on your high school transcript. So just to give you guys a heads up. So if you took Algebra 1 or Algebra 2 in 7th or 8th grade, it will also count for you as well, as long as they put it on your high school transcript. So that's something that is a little bit different that has changed. So please make sure if you guys took Algebra 1 or 2 in 7th or 8th grade, make sure you talk to your guidance counselor or your counselor to make sure they put it on your high school transcript. Okay? So also, anybody ever heard of SATs before? SATs? Yes, okay. So that's a test that you need to take. And the good thing about you being here at the high school is that it is a test that you typically pay for. All right? But because you're a student here at the high school, you actually get 2 free per academic year. All you have to do is show up and be on time. It is a rather lengthy test, but it is needed for you to get into school. So there's 2 versions of the test. There's called the SAT and it's called an ACT. But you need both or one of the tests in order also to get into college. And there's a score that you also need, okay? So the other thing you also we're going to talk about a little bit is a GPA calculator. Everybody know what GPA stands for? Grade point average. And that's extremely important because of these core courses that I talked about, all right? Go to the next slide for me. All right, you got that. Go back to the presentation for me. Go to the next slide. Okay, so you need a minimum of 2.3 for GPA for all these 16 courses. So what does 2.3 mean? So 2.3 means if you take a look, let's say you take English 1, if you're a freshman, you come and you take an English 1, you're taking world cultures, you're taking Algebra 2, Spanish, and biology. Those highlighted courses are your core courses. So you take a gym and then you also took an art class and you also have a study hall, and NG stands for no grade because there's no grade for a study hall. And you get an 80, you get a 79, you get an 82, you get a 75, you get a 72 in biology. Okay? What we're going to then do is we're going to take these core courses, and if you get an 80, that's a B, you get 3 credits for that. You get 3 points for that. The world cultures, which is 79, is a C, which you get 2 points for. Algebra 2, you get 3 points for. Spanish, you get 2, and biology, you get 2 because they're C's. You add those points up, you'll have 12 quality points. And how many courses do you see up there that you're taking that are core courses? That is 5. So we're going to take 12 and divide it by 5, and your overall GPA is going to be, your core GPA of those core courses is going to be 2.4. So you are above the 2.3 maximum amount, but you need to make sure you maintain this over all 4 years. It's not just 1 year, all 4 years. By the time you are a senior, you want to try to shoot for above a 2.3. Then really to be safe, you want to say you definitely go for a 2.5 or higher. The higher your GPA, all right, the easier it is for you to get into a school. So I'm not saying that don't take the gym or the art class serious because they still count for your overall GPA, but the highlighted courses are the courses that really help you, are the ones that they take a look at in order to get into college. Okay? So that's why I wanted you guys to understand and know how core courses are. Young ladies, as you come into this institution of learning, take advantage of the classes that you will take, all right? understand that as a student athlete, we always say student first, because it's important that you make sure that the student aspect of what you need to do is most important. All right? Eligibility is something that is real, that is really, really monitored closely here at the high school. You will see from coaches as you talk to them today, they will really stress the importance of education and how without it, it really limits the amount of playing time and it limits the things that you can actually do. So the student aspect of what you do is important. I know we're here as playing, but also studying and doing work is also just as important. All right? So, and then the last other thing I just had, this is like a little mock transcript, all right, because I'm a track and field coach. My student's name is Usain Bolt. This is who he is, you know, so I wish I had another one like that. So let's give you an idea. The grade courses, again, are core courses. And you can see basically all the core courses that he's taken there and let you know if you take a look at GPA and certain things. So we'll just take a brief look at that. And then if you have any questions, feel free to ask any questions that you may have. I'm here to try to answer any questions you would have about what you need to do academically in order to be a successful town girl, not just athletically, because there is both parts. You need to make sure you balance. Any questions? Any student athletes here for the current high school, any questions you may have, please feel free to ask. All right. Thank you, ladies, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
All right, so just like Coach Williams said, not only is it important for your grades when you're in the high school, but it's also important for your grades when you're at the middle school level. All right, you have to start building that base. If you get into good habits at the middle school with your studies, not just sports, but your studies, that's going to translate over to the high school. And you can't play if you don't have the grades. All right, if it's worth working on the field, on the track, on the court, then it's worth working on in the classroom. All right.
Good morning again, guys. We're going to have our first keynote speaker. Our first keynote speaker is Miss Netta Hughes-Johnson. Miss Netta Hughes-Johnson has been a resident of Norristown for almost 60 years. She's a graduate of the Norristown School District. She went here from grades kindergarten all the way through 12th, graduating in the class of 1977. A little history for you guys. Miss Netta is accredited with being the founder of the girls' track and field teams here at Norristown Area High School. In 1976, Ms. Netta single-handedly led Norristown to the PIAA Track and Field Championships, where she took gold in 3 events, the 100, 220, and the 440-yard dash. Currently, Ms. Netta works at Health Partners Plans. She's a manager, provides outreach and education, and has been there for almost 16 years. She's a member of Mount Zion AME Church in Norristown, where she serves for her church. Ms. Netta also has a daughter who attended Norristown schools. Playing with stuff? She attended Norristown School, and she then went on to Florida AMU, where she graduated, and most recently she's graduated from Widener Law School, and she's a solicitor for the Montgomery County court system. Through all of her life experiences, Ms. Netta is well aware that the support of her family and friends in her community has shaped her into the woman of a fearless potential, unquestionable leadership, endless energy, and unwavering commitment and perseverance. So here for you now is Ms. Netta Hughes-Johnson.
Good morning, ladies. How are you? I need a little more energy in this room. Good morning. How are you? And I need a little bit more energy. I came in and a very important subject was being talked about. I saw people gazing off, not paying attention, but that academic piece is so very, very important if you are going to be a strong student athlete, not only in the Norristown School District, but as you proceed on and matriculate or go on to college, junior college, or whatever you might want your career goal to be. So So right now, so I could get a little bit more energy, can you all please stand up for me for a few minutes? Everybody stand up. Because I need this myself, because I'm exhausted. I didn't go to bed till 3 o'clock prepping for today. Start marching in place. Everybody start marching in place. Everybody march in place. March in place. March in place. Everybody march in place. I don't see everybody moving. Everybody march in place, please. Ladies, please stand up and march in place. Keep marching. Keep marching. This is helping me see who would really be a good student athlete about how well you pay attention. How well you pay attention. So march in place. Just march. How committed you are. Okay, you can stop marching in place. Everybody put your hands up, high over your head, and now I just want you to pump them up and down, up and down, up and down till I tell you to stop. Pump them up. Pump, pump, pump them up. Pump them up. Keep pumping. Okay, now you can stop. Now this is a simple thing. Simple. I just want you to smile. 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 Come on, baby girl, smile. Smile, be happy. I should have brought the song. Be happy. Smile. Okay, you can sit down. I think I got enough energy now. Thank you for participating. So as Ms. Morgan said, my name is Netta Johnson, Netta Young Hughes. If you go into the gym, you will see a banner that has Antoinette Netta Young on it. I'm the only female athlete or athlete that has their own banner in the gym by itself. So I can be proud of that. But with me today, my daughter's going to be coming in too, because she was a former athlete here with Miss Morgan playing basketball. But with me today, because I want you to know a couple things, and I'm going to go over a couple things quickly that are important. One is having somebody close to you. Now I know we have our parents, our caregivers that are close to you, but I also want to express how important it is to have mentors or how important coaches are. You're going to hear from coaches. I don't think you have as of yet, but coaches play a very instrumental part of a student athlete's life. You pretty much live with them as much as you live with your teachers during the school year. If you are a dedicated athlete, and as we're talking about here today, student athlete. So 1976, I graduated from Norristown High in 1977. The gentleman that I'm getting ready to introduce, and I am going to let him say a few words because he has coached Olympian athletes, state champion athletes, district champion athletes, local athletes, 5 and under, and all of us. And he has been my coach pretty much all of my life, and I'll give you a short little piece of what my development was in track and field. But he has been a part of my life, and I'll be 60 years old this October, and he is still a part of my life, and that's my coach, Mr. Larry Wilson. Stand up, Mr. Wilson. Mr. Wilson has been a coach of the Ambler Olympic Club. He has coached the Gwinnett Mercy Academy, and as I said, he is just an outstanding and tremendous coach. And he, I should say, pushed me to do what I did in 1976. So I'm going to let him have a few words before I continue on.
Good morning. It is a pleasure to be here, and especially to be invited by this young lady here. Let me tell you a story about Netta Young. I was a founder of the Ambler Olympic Club. We started back in 1966. When we started, there was no program for girls at all. There was no high school programs. There were no college programs. So a group of club coaches, we got together and we formed what we call Eastern Girls Track League. and I was looking for some sprinters. I knew Netta when she was about 13 years old, but she had great leg speed, but she didn't want to run track. So one day, at the time I lived in Penland. I rode over to Georgetown by Netta's house. She was sitting on the stool. She saw me come, and she ran into the house to duck for me because she knew I was going to ask her to come out with track. So I told her mother, I said, tell Netta to come out and sit on this porch. So we had a long conversation, and I said, Netta, you should come out for track. You got a lot of talent. You could be a very good sprinter. So Netta said, I don't know, Mr. Wilson. She said, I don't know if I want to run track at all. I said, well, let's give it a try. So I convinced her, I said, if you come out for the Amber Liberty Club, there's two things. You must be willing to make a dedicate yourself and commit yourself to track and field. So she said, okay, I'll try it. To make a long story short, Netta became a very good sprinter. We traveled all over the country as a young age grouper. We went to California. She ran well out in California. And she didn't have a coach at Norristown High. So one of a friend of hers asked me would I volunteer to coach Netta. I said, sure. So we went to the state championships. Netta was the first girl ever to win a state championship by herself. She won 100, the 200, the 400. And also, Tony Darton at that same year won by himself. He was an outstanding athlete. He won the championship for Norristown High for the boys. And Tony went on to qualify for the Olympic trials and made the Olympic team. Netta became a very good sprinter. She was well recognized all over the country. At that time, college coaches decided that they want to get girls involved in their program. So Netta was recruited by a friend of mine, Brooke Johnson, at Florida State University. She attended Florida State University of Florida, I'm sorry. So the opportunity came for Netta to proceed in her career as far as not only college, but her academic scholarship led her to get a very good scholarship to the University of Florida. So the opportunity was there for you young ladies. I just want to say this. If you're not interested in running track, get involved in some sport. It's very, very important that you do something while you're in school, especially when you're ready to go to high school. The opportunity for you to proceed, to get a scholarship, and to get into education. But education is the most important thing. I always tell my girls, like I coach at Gwinnett Mercy, I've been there for 48 years. And I tell the girls when they come out, it's not what you do as far as track, it's what you do as far as you getting yourself prepared for your future endeavorments. And many of the girls I coach at Gwinnett have done very well in track and have now gone on to become doctors, lawyers, and they have proceeded to continue their education. And so I want to say to you today, if Norristown has been very, very popular as far as track and field is concerned. They have some very outstanding athletes here in this district, and you can be part of that program. But you must first say to yourself, do I really want to run a track or get involved? Or what are my plans for my life as far as education? So I would say to you today, if you're not planning on going out for track, go out for some sport, get involved. Get involved with athletic, and then also continue with your academic. So that's all I have to say, Netta.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Wilson. So to keep this going, Mr. Wilson did take some of my thunder, so we'll let that pass. So I just want to applaud, all of you, because you have met the very first step of being a student athlete, and that means that you were eligible to participate in this program because your grades met that level. So that I need to applaud you for. So I'm going to applaud you for that. So Ms. Morgan shared with me all of the details in regards to today. And one thing that I saw, there were 6 meaningful character words that are part of today. resilient, determined, intelligent, and persistent. So I was just wondering, by the show of hands, who has looked up each one of those words, either on those phones that I see that are out that people are using, or the paper dictionaries that are out there that I still hope that are Webster? Did you look them up to find out what they meant? Yes, no? Okay, I'm gonna go with the no's. So I'm gonna briefly just give you a small, just a snippet of what each one of those words means, coming directly from Webster. Strong means sturdy and tough, means showing the power to endure opposing force. Resilient, capable of withstanding shock without permanent deformation or rupture, tending to recover from or adjust easily to misfortune or change. Determined, having a strong feeling that you are going to do something and that you will not allow anyone or anything stop you. Intelligent, you're already intelligent because you qualify for this program. Clever, brilliant, having a good amount of mental ability, use of a person who can handle new situations and solve problems. Persistent, existing for a longer than usual time or continually. Relentless, showing or promising no abatement, which means subsiding, come on down, Lauren, dying down or away, and being consistent, nonstop. This is my daughter, she's late. We'll chastise her for that later. Come on down. Those words are so important for each and every one of you, so I'm going to ask that you please look up those words, understand their meaning, because they are qualities that we want to have as student athletes and ladies and representatives of Norristown School District and Norristown. Another important thing that I'm supposed to go over today is about being a student athlete. Now, Mr. Wilson talked about me and becoming a student athlete. Yes, I wasn't born in Philly, but in Norristown, but I've been living here since I was 8 months old. I started running, I live right on Arch Street, right across from the Carver Center. I started running right up and down my street, and then an alleyway that's across the street, right behind Ebenezer Church. My brother coached me and 3 other girls that lived on the block, and we ran a relay. I ran briefly with a club in Norristown until I was recruited by the Ambler Olympic Club. Was glad to go to Ambler 1 because they were a traveling team. Traveling, you know what that means? Travel. Out of Norristown, out of Bridgeport, out of King of Prussia, out of town. Travel. Fun. And it's big. It helps you to grow. And that's why I'm serious about what being a student athlete can mean for you. I also met people from outside of Norristown. I met people outside of Pennsylvania that are still friends of mine lifelong. So that's why I say it is a big thing to become a student athlete. So then, and this is a story he didn't tell, he kind of told it, I quit for a while. I quit when we came back from, he used to make me run cross country and I was a sprinter. And I said, I don't want to run no cross country, that's too long. I run 100 and 200 and that's it, 220 at the time. So I came back from a cross country championship, which he knew, if nothing else, he could rely on me as far as being committed to what I was doing, and that I would run for him because of how he would yell at us if we didn't. So, and understand, he does yell. He was nice up here, but he does yell. So when I'm on the track and he's standing at, I could be running a 440 and he could be standing at the 220, I could hear him around that whole track. And that yelling just helped to toughen me. It wasn't offensive, it didn't hurt my feelings. And I'm gonna talk about crying in a minute, but it toughened me. So I quit, came home, quit for a while because I used to leave Norristown, go to Ambler, come home from practice, all my friends would be in the house, and we didn't have cell phones and devices that you have now. And I felt I was missing something. I said, I want to hang out with my friends. So I quit. I quit for 3 years, and that's what he was talking about. He wanted to come and pick up the uniform, and I was like, okay, but I'm not going to be here. I'm not, come get it. But he did. I stayed out. I tried everything that was offered in the school, gymnastics, basketball, bowling. I tried all of it just to stay involved. But my passion was track and field, and my passion was travel, and I said I had to go back. One of the toughest things I had to do was call him or say to my parents I wanted to go back. They said, well, you got to call Mr. Wilson. So I called him, and I had to ask him to come back. And he told me, and his exact words, and I remember them to this day, was, you can come back, but it's under my terms. Can anybody tell me what that means? What does that mean, under his terms? Almost. What does that mean?
His rules and
That's right. His rule. I went back, I hit the track, and I followed his rule. He started me almost right back to where I ended 3 years ago, but everything started falling in place. And that hot day in May of 1976, after qualifying, and as you heard, I was the only woman athlete that from Norristown, and some might think that might have been a lonely walk, but it was a long walk on some days coming from the dorms to the track, but I knew what I was supposed to do. I knew I was prepared to do it. I knew I was committed to doing it. The only thing I didn't know was that I was going to win the championship that day. I ran those races, and it was burning up hot, but I ran those races, and at the end, all I cared about was eating something, sitting down, even though that very next day we were leaving to go to another championship out in California, but I just wanted to stop. And then when they said I had to keep going because I won the championship, so I had to go out and do a victory lap and all this and that, I didn't care about it, but I knew I had to take on the responsibility for Norristown and the representation for Norristown to be the student athlete and young lady that I was and be able to do just what I needed to do, and that is stand for Norristown High School. So following that, and as Mr. Wilson said, the colleges started flooding in, the awards started flooding in, and I chose to go to the University of Florida and ended up having an injury and then just coming back slowly. And things didn't end up going the way I wanted them to, but I had to continue my academic career and my career for today. And yes, as I stand here working for Health Partners, I am in physical therapy also. And I did that for 30 plus years before coming out, and then just going in the health insurance business. And then doing many other things in the community, like running for office, doing anything I wanted to do. Because the one thing being a student athlete taught me is I could do whatever I wanted to do and not be stopped by it. So one of the words that is part of today spoke to just what I just said, that I could not be stopped. And that was which word? Do you remember? What was it? Resilient? Another one. What was it? Determined. Absolutely. Absolutely. So the final thing I'm going to talk to you about, and my daughter this morning, I'm going to say this real quickly, Ms. Morgan, called me and said, Mom, what are you going to talk about? And I said, well, I'm supposed to talk about being a student athlete. She said, but can you talk about this and can you talk about that? And my final words, I'm going to let her have them. And the reason why, and I'm going to be serious to all of you young ladies, the one thing that you have that can't nobody else take from you is what? What do you think that you have that someone can? There's two things really. that they can't take from you once you get them? Pride. What else? Your name. Well, that name can change after. What else? Your heart. Character. You determine your character. You determine your reputation. Your reputation is something that you have that only you can mess up. Your reputation is yours. And yes, we will have blemishes in our reputation, but your reputation is yours. When you go to a funeral, you always receive a program, right? It's called an obituary. And it's a story about people's lives in that obituary or in that program. That's people's reputation that's in that program. So the life that you're living now, your legacy, you are writing it right now. That's why it's so important. I can't say it enough. But she is committed because there's some other things going on in town that she tells me about, and I hear about, and I shake my head and say no. Because one thing I know, student athletes don't do those type of things because we don't want our reputation ruined. Because when we do things that are outside of good, it means you can't participate or things aren't going to go well for you. So I'm going to go quickly now, because how much more time do I have, Ms. Morgan? 3 minutes. I'm going to go quickly and read over some benefits real quick of being a student athlete. Commitment, teamwork, physical and emotional health, time management, and getting into school outside of high school, and also winning and losing. And I'm only going to emphasize a couple of these things because I think I've shown what commitment means. Teamwork means you learn to work well. And you were a good part of my team today, but those that I didn't see participating, I already know, I don't know if I would want you as a team member because you have to listen and you have to participate. Your personal and physical health all comes with being a student athlete. It all comes all together. Time management, important. If you don't have time management, you will not make it as a student athlete because you got to give 100% to academics and you got to give 100% to the athletics. And you have to figure out how to do it. And sometimes it means leaving things behind, leaving the parties behind, the boys behind. And Mr. Wilson, I will tell you, I missed one prom and didn't care and had to run to Roosevelt Field for my graduation because I wasn't supposed to be here for graduation because of being at a track meet that was out of Pennsylvania. So it didn't matter to me at that point. My mom was going to get my diploma and I was going to have my diploma. If you put together the academics and the athletics and then you want to pursue education outside of high school, and they're looking at your transcripts, and they're looking at your essays, and they're looking at everything about you, they're going to see student athletes are pretty much the most well-rounded individual that can be found. And they look at that. And when you go to college, and you walk on those campuses, you will look at differently than the individual students that are not student athletes. Matter of fact, you get to register for classes early, you get to do things differently, so you're looked at differently. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is winning and losing. Does anybody in here find themselves to be a loser? You feel like you're a loser? No, you don't. Well, we'll talk later. When Lauren played basketball, she had a coach, his name was Roger Jackson. And him and I disagreed on how you handle losing. Because my coach was so tough, I wasn't a crier about losing. I just knew what I had to do for the next time. You can lose and still smile, but know that you have work to do after that. There's going to be a winner and there's going to be a loser. And you always know how to go over to that person that won and acknowledge them. And you can even say, there'll be a next time, but you have to show that respect and acknowledgement. I just want you to know, the things that I'm saying here today, I could have said many other things because I believe in you all. But the one thing that I would like to say is that I hope that you will continue to help Norristown have a girls' athletic program, and you play an important key in that happening, whatever the sport may be. Whatever the sport may be. So, if you have your phones, get them out. If you have a pencil, get it out. I don't know how many exactly in this room. How many? Woo! I'll be your mentor, Lord, have mercy. So you can put in your phone, Miss Netta. Oh, they can do it. If you say something wrong, I'm going to let you know, and my daughter will tell you. My number is 610-764. $610-764-4032. Only send me positive messages. I don't do, and my daughter will tell you, I don't do negative. I don't do negative at all. She'll also tell you I'm tough. She'll probably tell you I'm mean, and I'm none of that. I'm just stern and believe and have faith, and that each and every one of you will continue the legacy of girls' sports at Norristown High. And those in the blue are from the middle school, right? And ladies that are from the middle school, you're not just coming into the high school to be high schoolers, but I hope that you will also know the importance of the legacy of being a student athlete, female student athlete at the high. So at this time, can I let Lauren say one thing? You done? She's going to speak later. Oh, okay. She's going to speak later. All right, so again, thank you. I enjoyed myself, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of the day.
Okay. Once again, and I don't want this moment to pass by. Everybody look here. Let's go. What do we talk about in the beginning? When someone's talking, you listen. I don't want this moment to pass by. I want to make sure everybody, especially in blue, understands what an accomplishment it was to win a state championship, a team state championship, all by yourself. She could have teams of 5 people, 10 people, 20 people against her. She won an entire state team championship on her own shoulders by herself. And for that, I think that deserves another round of applause. And it was all hard work, right? All hard work, determination. She just didn't go on the track one day and say, I'm going to do it, and if it didn't happen, stop. Perseverance, persistence, dedication. You got to work in order to do it. You got to put in the work in order to make it happen. Right now, we're going to go into our breakout sessions. So look on your name tags. It's breakout session number 1. So this is
Almost good afternoon, girls. Our next key speaker is Ms. Sharifa Haworth. Sharifa is a 1993 graduate of West Aiken School District. She was a multi-sport athlete and was offered several Division I scholarships to play field hockey. She decided to attend Temple University because it was just close enough, but yet far enough away from home. While at Temple, Sharifa was on the first team All-American and still currently holds records there. She graduated in 1998 with a degree in Therapeutic Recreation and Sports Hospitality School. She decided to have a career in finance, but she decided that wasn't just quite for her, and she's obviously too young to retire because she looks very young. She decided to open up the Athletes Academy Training Facility, which are one of our sponsors on our shirts today. Thank you very much. This is a 10,000 square foot facility, and it's the home of the M24 Canes baseball team. They wear the navy blue and the orange. You see a lot of them at East Norton. She soon will be opening the Lady Canes softball team. I'm excited about that. Sharifa has always stated that you get what you give, and that's coming through as you watch any athlete walk through the doors. Sharifa is also the president of the Elmwood Park Zoo for 8 years and has been instrumental in the turnaround. However, believes that being philanthropic with your time is just as important as financially. So today we have Sharifa here. She's going to talk with us, and we're happy to have her.
Thank you. Good morning. I usually don't need a microphone, so please let me know if you can't hear me. Is everybody can hear me, right? So first couple things I want to say. My first name is Sharifa. Yes, you see it, right? Second thing is I have a couple questions for you ladies, okay? First question is, how many of you know who I am? Raise your hand. Second question is, have I ever coached you? Ever? Raise your hand. Third question, have I ever coached your brother? Okay, look, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 girls here that I've coached your brother. Does that make sense? I'm a female coaching boys. Now raise your hand if you think that's unusual. If you think that women coaching boys is strange. Raise your hand if you think that's strange. You can raise your hand, it's okay. Because guess what, guys? You're absolutely correct. Women, especially athletic women, are not supposed to be strong, athletic, tomboyish people that coach boys. So you're looking at me right now, and you're saying, she's pretty, I hope. Y'all think I'm pretty? Okay, thank you. But guess what? When I'm down in the trenches, coaching third base, second base, first base, third, and I'm going up against all these male coaches, I'm not looking like this. Nobody's taking me seriously. Why? Because I'm a female, right? My next question. That's a nice logo right there. How many of you, and this question is for me as well, okay? How many of your parents were not born in this country? Look at this. This is like 90% of this auditorium, okay? Okay, settle down, settle down. I know I asked a very good question because you all just want to talk. Now, my father is from Algeria. Does anybody know where Algeria is? Please raise your hand. Where's Algeria? Where is it? Africa. Crazy, right? My father was born and raised in Algeria, which is northern Africa. Would you ever think that I'm African? No. Would you ever think to recruit a girl in high school and her name is Sharifa? What are you going to be looking for?
I mean, my name's Shaquisha, so.
Okay, girl. But what would you be looking for
If you're trying to recruit a female named Sharifa, what are you looking for?
Talent. I don't know.
for a white girl?
No.
Okay. We're not. You see how the stereotype goes? I'm a very beige Sharifa, whose father is from Africa. But do you see the stereotype when you say, women can't coach men's sports? Yes, you can, because I do it, and I've done it for 20 years. And white girls can't be called Sharifa. But I'm telling you, that is possible, right? How many of you girls, raise your hand, have been taunted for being a tomboy or an athlete? Raise your hand. Okay? Because let me tell you this right now. Let me tell you this right now. Settle down. Settle down. Being a female athlete, which is what all of you are here to do, okay? You're all secretly tomboys. I'm a tomboy. I'm just perpetrating right now with this outfit, okay? I want to be looking like you right now. Yoga pants, t-shirt, okay? I'm telling you girls right now, anything is possible. Anything. Some of you are unsure of what sport you want to try out next year, especially you 8th graders. Raise your hand if you're in 8th grade. Look at that. You absolutely have to take a chance and play something that you've never played before. It is really important. You don't know if you're going to be good at it. You know that saying, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, right? If you're afraid to take the shot, or you're afraid to try it for field hockey, which you should, because that was my sport, try it. There's nothing better with chicks and sticks and hitting people when they shouldn't be hit, okay? Has anybody ever been an MVP of an all-boys team? Raise your hand. Good. See, there's only 4 of us, 5 of us, 6 of us. The boys are afraid of us. The boys are afraid that we are going to take their spot and take that trophy. Believe me, you can do anything you want to do, just as long as you put your mind to it. You can do anything a boy can do and better. You know why? Because female athletes, we use our brain, right? Nothing against men, sorry, Tony. But we use our brain. We work smarter, not harder. Does that make sense? I wasn't fortunate enough to have any daughters. I have 2 boys. I've been coaching my son Cross's team, his Little League team, since he's been playing. 8, 9 years. East Norton Little League. Anybody know about East Norton Little League? Yep. So I used to go onto the mound and have the coaches meeting, and the other coach would just assume that I was just the mom. So he would say, hey, let your manager know. I said, well, I am the manager. And he's looking at me like, wow, wasn't expecting that. Yeah, exactly. You know why? Because he's assuming that females can't be a coach of a man's sport. We are going to change that theory, that stereotype, but it starts with you guys. You guys have to have the guts to stand up for yourself and say, you know, I'm going to do what you can do as a man, and I'm going to do it better because I'm smarter, right? What you think? How do you say it? Melanie? Melina. Sounds like Sharifa. So listen, I know you guys are hungry, right? I told you that I don't have any girls to coach field hockey, so I ended up coaching boys baseball. Some of you guys are going to be coming to Athletes Academy Training Facility to come work out in my facility because I want to give female athletes, us tomboys, a chance to get bigger, stronger, and faster than anybody else, right? And I'm asking all of you girls You tell your parents to hit up Sharifa at Athletes Academy, and I'll make it impossible for them not to bring you to me to train. I want all of you guys to be bigger, faster, stronger. We have to be the grassroots program of this Norristown athletics program, right? Even though I went to Wissahickon, but don't hate me for that. That was a long time ago. Now I live in Norristown. Now I'm here to help support you girls. I want you guys to have all the confidence you have in yourself and believe in yourself. Because nobody ever thought that this little tomboy named Sharifa would ever go anywhere. But guess what? I'm the president of the Elmwood Park Zoo. Have been for 8 years. Looks nice now, don't it? Have you all been there lately? Okay? I own Athletes Academy training facility. I coach multiple teams. Nobody ever thought that a female can do all that. I want you guys all to know that you can do it. All of you guys. Even the ones with your heads down, and 90% of you are all looking at me. You guys are all locked in and I can see it. Hear me now. You can absolutely do anything you want to do if you just put your mind to it. Now, I said I don't have any girls, right? So my almost 15-year-old son, he says, Mom, I wrote a poem. I said, what? You wrote a poem? I said, somebody had to help you. Your English teacher helped you? No, Mom. We had to write a poem. I had to write it about baseball. I'm driving. I said, I hope this is good because I'll be embarrassed, right? I'm going to read it to you. Mind you, I cried like a baby. And he wanted that reaction from me. Just like I want this reaction from you girls. I want you to know, again, you can do anything you want to do. Okay, you ready? This is from my son, Cross. It's titled, The Coach. This person taught me how to catch and taught me how to throw. Taught me how to swing a bat. Taught me everything I know. Kept putting balls on the tee when I needed extra reps. Taught me how to base run when I was taking baby steps. Reminded me to be mentally tough, ladies, mentally tough. Whenever I'd lose my calm, no, I'm not talking about my dad. I'm talking about my mom. Right? Cry, right? Does that make you want to cry? It still gives me the goosebumps. I was absolutely mortified I almost crashed my truck. But listen to me. You want to walk in a room with your head held high, and if somebody doesn't want to say hello to you, you say, hey, how are you? How's it going? Got nice eyes. Don't be afraid to compliment another female. Hey, how are you? I'm Sharifa. What's up, ladies? Alana, what's up? This girl right here. Watch out. She's an athlete. She comes in the Athletes Academy. But I want you guys to walk into a room and never feel uncomfortable, ever. Be confident in yourself. As a female athlete, that's what sports does for you. I've known this girl forever. She wasn't always this independent and confident in herself. But guess what? Sports does that. How you doing? You look like you're an athlete too. I love it. You guys understand me though? You walk in a room and you demand to be seen. I see you. Okay? Hey, we are all tomboys, right? And we are all athletes, right? And this is how we're gonna get our respect, right? We could do anything we wanna do and better than a boy. Thank you so much for your time, guys. This girl right here, I've known her forever. The sweetest thing ever. Athletic. Don't be ashamed to be an athlete. You stand up high. Because me being a tomboy started all this. Right? Any other questions? Talking about my ring, girl. Come on. Why are you mad? I just want to see your teeth. You're pretty. Anybody else? Oh gosh, the work. Listen. You guys, none of y'all want to run. None of y'all want to work out. I'm telling you. You have your parents call me at Athletes Academy training facility. Hit me up. And I guarantee you, I will get you all in shape, and you will love it. You will be hungry for the feeling that you're getting, the endorphins that you're getting after you work out. It's a lot of hard work. Being a Division I athlete, I was an All-American at Temple. It was hard. Gotta work out, gotta work hard. Any other questions? Come on, high schoolers, I see you. Nothing? Sorry? Questions? We'll talk. We'll talk. Any other questions? Enjoy lunch.
Let's give them a round of applause, please. Thank you. All right, ladies, we have a little time before we hit lunch, but not enough time to go to breakout 3. So we're going to wait here a little bit, talk amongst yourselves, stay in your seats. A little break time before we go to lunch.
Hello, everybody. My name is Yane Weldon. And you see in the program it says Stephanie Yane Weldon. No Stephanie in front, just Yane Weldon. I graduated from, can you hear me? Okay, thumbs up, you can hear me? Okay. I graduated from Norristown High 2009, so 10 years in June, long time. Here I participated in track and field all 4 years. My freshman year I came in not really knowing much. You know, when you're coming in as a freshman, you're figuring out who you are, what you want to be. I was in a performing arts community, so most of my classes revolved in that corner over there. I did choir all 4 years, which I eventually did women's ensemble, gospel choir, tri-state, all types of things for choir, but also still focusing on track and field varsity all 4 years. My sophomore year, went on to the indoor state competition where we placed second in the state in the 4x2 and then had broke the record. I participated in the hurdles all 4 years as well. I now feel accomplished to say that I have coached some amazing athletes. I am the assistant coach here. After graduation, I went off to California University of Pennsylvania, which is right outside of Pittsburgh, so it's about 4.5, 5-hour drive. Studied sports management there, and now I am an assistant coach for 5 years, and I run my own business, which is Bodies by Ya, which is a personal training business. That's it about me until the questions are up.
Hi everyone, my name is Tara Fitch. I graduated from Norristown in 1998, which was a really long time ago. While I was here, I played field hockey my freshman year, and I played softball all 4 years that I was here. 3 out of the 4 years that I was here, the softball team won the league. Back then, we played some of the really, really big schools. CB East, CB West, Council Rock, Pennsbury, Neshaminy, all the huge schools. So really good conference that we were in. Right now, I work for East Norton Township in their finance department. After graduation, I was given a scholarship to Kutztown University for softball. I received a Bachelor of Science in English, which I work in finance. So, and that's it.
Yes, Tara and I know each other. I'm class of 97, so I guess I'm ancient if you said you're old. But my name is Stephanie. I go by Steph. And I am proud to be a Norristown alumni. When I found out about this opportunity that was being put on, I took off from work and drove over 3 hours. I live in Virginia just to be here with you ladies. I am just so proud of you ladies. I see so much in you. I too have walked these fine halls. I played basketball 2 years here, field hockey 4 years, lacrosse 4 years. I went to East Stroudsburg University. I played field hockey for 2 years, and I played lacrosse for 4 years. I was an All-American in lacrosse. I graduated in 2001 with a bachelor's in economics and a bachelor's in business management. I then went off to Philadelphia University and got my MBA in healthcare management while also coaching lacrosse. I moved to California and coached a team, and I'm currently an umpire in the Virginia, DC, and Maryland area. In terms of my profession, what makes me money and lets me come here and see you ladies, I do business, so I work with large employers on their business plans. One thing that I haven't heard today, but I want to really emphasize, is you ladies are students first. We're all here talking about sports and being an athlete, but you're a student first. If you don't have your academics, you can't go and you can't even play here in middle school or high school or college. So you're a student first, and then you're an athlete. So just keep striving and just go Eagles. Thank you.
Hey girls. Hi everyone. Okay, let's get started. I appreciate everyone coming out here today as far as, you know, learning each area of their sport that they want to play in the future. My name is Coach Annie. I actually am coaching field hockey and lacrosse. I work in early child education. A lot of you guys, I actually service you guys in before and after club, and also at the infant and toddler development program. So that being said, I just want to reach out to everyone and let them know hard work, dedication, and what that means. That means you need to be on time and prepared. Prepared. I'm talking equipment. I'm talking leadership, okay? Conducting yourself on and off the field. To piggyback off what my sister stated, student athlete, okay? And guess what? Never give up on anything that you want to do in your career, okay? Whether that's sports, arts, academics, anything. And I just want to let everyone know, hard work, dedication, Lady Eagles on 3. Let's go. Ladies on 3. 1, 2, 3. Lady Eagles!
That's hard to follow. All right, my name is Coach Morgan. Andy and I graduated the class of 2004, so we're 2004 graduate. I played field hockey all 4 years. I played field hockey, basketball, and softball all 4 years. I went to Westchester University for undergrad, and I went to Cabrini for grad school, and now I'm back in school again at Ohio University, learning how to be an athletic director. So, I teach health and phys ed, so I teach a good 100 of you at Eastern Northern teach health and phys ed. I coach high school softball, and I like being around you guys and trying to motivate the Norristown community to do better and be better. I don't like seeing negative things about you guys. I don't like hearing the negative things that I hear about you guys, so I'm trying to work with people to make you guys have positive things and for you guys to want to be positive and to do better. You guys have to want it for yourselves. It starts with just simply listening to the person up here speaking, not raising your fist, not turning and talking to each other while I'm sitting up here talking. Just like little things, like paying attention, follow directions, and being a good student. You guys have to do the work in the classroom. If you don't do the work in the classroom, you're not going to see the field. So please make sure you guys do your work in the classroom.
Do your work in the community. Remember, whatever you guys do in the community, it filters into the school. So if you're doing bad stuff out there, it kind of comes into the school. We don't want it in the school, but it comes into the school. So start doing good things out in the community. Start being positive. Start being role models. Start being leaders. It starts with you guys. And I'm pretty sure some of you guys have some younger siblings. So if they start seeing you guys do good things, then they'll start doing good things, and then we're flowing and everybody's doing good things. Questions? So now what we're going to do is, if you guys have any questions for any one of us, you're going to raise your hand. We'll come around with a microphone. You'll ask the question. We'll answer the question. We'll give you the best knowledge that we have, and hopefully we'll inspire you guys to want to be a Lady Eagle and want to play like a town girl. So if you have a question, raise your hand, and we'll come around and ask some questions. No questions are dumb questions, so don't be afraid to ask a question. Questions? Going in, count the question.
I have a question for Miss Steph. So when you were in high school doing all the athletics and stuff, did you know you wanted to go into business?
Yes. Thank you, Tony. Great question. So the question was, when I was at Norristown High School, did I know what I want to do when I grew up? Did I know what I want to do now? And at first, no. So we always ask each other, like, what do I want to do when I grow up? And I thought I was going to be a lawyer. I thought I was going to be a doctor. I wanted to go to the Olympics for field hockey. I wanted to do everything. But I went to the guidance counselors, and I talked to people in the community, and they were asking me questions as to probing questions to help me figure out and guide me where I wanted to go ultimately. So I hope that helps you.
What's the question? Raise your hand. Nobody has a question? Y'all have so much to say when we up here talking, and don't nobody got a question now? I was out there sweating for y'all, and y'all don't have a question? Oh, here we go. See? It's done.
This morning, there were grade point averages up on the board about kind of minimum ones that Coach Williams put up, and NCAA things. That 2.3, 2.4, 2.5 that he's talking about, that's not going to cut it, correct?
All right, so the question was minimum GPAs, you do the bare minimum, is that going to cut it if you want to go to the next level?
The answer to that question is no. I graduated here with a 3.2 GPA, which was pretty good. When you go to college, you're on your own. You don't have any parents telling you to get up and go to school. You don't have anybody telling you to do your homework. You don't have anybody telling you to study. It is up to you. So the moment you do the bare minimum here, you're not going to make it out there doing the bare minimum. You have to start now. You have to start prepping yourself to be able to handle being out there on your own. When you're out there, some of you graduate at the age of 17, maybe 18. When you think about it, you're like, I'm still a kid. I'm still a young adult. When you go off to college, there is nobody holding your hand. So if you continue to do the bare minimum now and the bare minimum when you're here, the bare minimum will not be, you won't survive, especially being a student athlete in college. I was going to go into more detail, but yeah.
And you have to keep in mind, every university and every program that you major in has a minimum GPA. So even though NCAA has a requirement for you to be an athlete, you may not be able to graduate from your program. So at East Stroudsburg University, to be in the business management program, it was 2.5 at least. So if you don't have at least a 2.5, which we know that is the bare minimum, you're not even going to be able to stay in your major and then let alone play any sports. So you need to keep all of those things into consideration.
Question?
How do you balance everything out and not get stressed?
Oh, that's a good question.
The question was, how do you guys balance everything out and not get stressed? So, I don't know. I want to answer that for you. So you guys see me as a teacher, right? You see me coaching, see me leaving school early, and now I'm also in school. It's just time management. You got to make a time for doing your schoolwork. You can make a time for playing sports and making your academics, and it just comes with planning. You have to plan it up with your parents and say, I know I have practice on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so that means on Tuesday, Thursday, I got to capitalize on some extra schoolwork on those nights so I can be ahead for the week. But that means that I can't be on Instagram and Snapchat and Twitter and all the other stuff because that's a half an hour, 45 minutes. I can easily write down a paper or I can do my math homework or whatever needs to be done in that time. And that also means you can't always socialize because you got to start doing what's best for you. And there's some of you guys sitting right here, y'all so busy on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, headbuds, and not even listening. And you're the ones that we're talking to. There's so many kids in this high school who can get a scholarship to go to school, but y'all just won't listen. Yeah, you gotta separate yourself from others. It's very important. You guys can be best friends, but at the end of the day, when she gets her diploma has her name on it. It doesn't have both of their names on it. It's her diploma because she earned it. You have to separate yourself from one another. It sucks, but you have to do what's best for you.
Hey guys, so I played sports in high school as well, and I think sports actually are a great time management tool because they force you, you have a certain activity to do after school, you know that you have sports then, and you have to get your homework done after that, so it forces you to manage your time. So I actually think it helps you to do better with your schoolwork because you have less downtime, and you have less time to go on Instagram and all these things that we're talking about because you have to get your homework done after that. So believe it or not, it actually helps you in that regard. And it also helps you be motivated to get good grades, since they were talking about you have to be passing at least 4 of your classes to stay on the team.
Sorry, I'm just going to piggyback on all that. Just because thinking about back in high school, I know a lot of girls come out and they have to work. I understand. I worked all throughout high school. It's really about sacrifice and figuring out what is most important to you and what is going to make your life better and get you more successful. I know in high school I worked, so what I would do is went to school, after school, go to soccer practice, finish soccer practice around 6 o'clock. At 6 o'clock, then I would go to my job, and then I'd get home from my job around 10 o'clock, see, repeat. And it's like, soccer was life for me. It's whether that's important to you. I need to work, I need to play soccer. You need to figure out both of them. So I know I told my groups today, when there's a will, there's a way. You gotta figure it out. Right now, 5 kids. I coach, I teach, I play on about 5 soccer teams. My kids all play on soccer teams. You just need to figure out, I think a good example is time management. You can figure it out. It's just figuring out what's most important to you.
Was there ever a time in college where you doubted yourself?
So the question was there ever a time in college when you doubted yourself? And I can answer that question, yes, 110%. When I lost my scholarship to UConn because I tore my ACL 3 weeks before I endorsed state competition. Doubted myself. Before graduation, I was still able to compete in track and field,
and I might not have been running the times that I was used to, but I was still beating people and still making the paper with a torn ACL. Went to college, and within the first 30 days of college, I lost my best friend to a car accident. Doubted myself. My grades went down. I wanted to come home. I didn't believe in myself. I thought I was at the bottom of the totem pole with my confidence. I couldn't hurdle anymore. I lost my scholarship. I lost my best friend. And here I am looking at myself by myself. Because like I said, when you go to college, you are by yourself unless you make friends. And if it wasn't for my prayer warriors, people who prayed for me, people who supported me, people who made me get out of bed every day because I didn't feel like it. If it wasn't for Coach Milton texting me, calling me, making sure that I was okay, if it wasn't for people that I surrounded myself, I would not have made it. And that's a fact. You have to start surrounding yourself around people that want things just as bad as you do. So you will come across times where you feel like you are hitting a plateau and you feel like you can't go any further, but you have to keep moving. You'll come across things that you feel are extremely hard, and you feel like, how am I going to do it? But if you, one, don't believe in yourself, two, surround yourself with people that are uplifting, you will continue to succumb to those ill feelings. And it took a long time for me to have confidence in myself. Once I started being able to run faster, once I started realizing that I control my destiny, I control how my day goes, I control whether or not I have a good day or a bad day, and I no longer harp on the things that cause me harm or the things that are negative in my life and continue to focus on the positive, that's when you'll find that you are able to bounce back a lot quicker from the negative things and like the uncertainties.
Just one quick comment. Mine's a little different. I appreciate your story. Mine was, I was an athlete here, student athlete at Norristown High School, and I excelled in sports. And so I thought I was the big girl on the block at East Stroudsburg University. There were so many other student athletes from all walks of life, and they were better than me. And I actually, for the field hockey team, I didn't make varsity, I made JV. So imagine being a starter here, being a student athlete that everyone knew, and then you go to a new campus and you're not the top. So I had doubt, like, what am I doing? Should I be playing this sport? Everyone else is better than me. But then I had to reflect, I'm on my own. And I prayed about it, and I also worked hard, as Coach Golphin said. So my advice to you is, you may be great here, but know that there's other great athletes, and if you come across another great athlete, don't look at yourself like you can't do it. You're just going to have to work a little bit harder.
Yeah, to kind of go off what Steph was saying, I was a standout athlete at Norristown, and also my freshman year at Kutztown, I was the PSAC Freshman of the Year, which is huge. My sophomore year, another girl came in as a freshman who was a pitcher, and I went from pitching 85, 90% of every inning to pitching about 70%. And it was the first time in my life that there was a girl who was better than me. And that, I doubted myself big time my sophomore year, but it's about setting a goal for yourself and having the determination and perseverance to achieve that goal. So what I had to do was get better at what I was doing. There was somebody who was better than me now. I was the only one who could fix that. Parents can't do it for you. The coaches can't do it for you. It's about saying to yourself, I'm going to do what it takes to be better than the next person out there. So I worked really hard in the weight room, went back to my pitching coach, and came back towards the end of my sophomore year and basically got my position back. So it's about setting a goal and being willing to do what it takes
to reach that goal, so.
Any more questions? I guess I just have a couple of questions. How many of you guys are tired of losing? Tired of losing to Boyertown, tired of losing to Springford, tired of losing to O&J Roberts, tired of losing to Mid-Acton, tired of losing to Perk Valley, tired of losing to Phoenixville. You guys should be sick and tired of losing. The way that you fix that is by committing to a sport, and when you commit to the sport, I'll wait. This is our biggest problem. Listen, when you commit to a sport, that means you make the practices. That means you make the games. You don't quit halfway through the season. You don't get in fights in school so that you get kicked off the team. You don't do your schoolwork so that way you can't do it because you're not eligible. This is where we start to change everything. You guys have to start doing better. I'm tired of losing to those schools. I know you're tired of losing to those schools. You have to commit to your sport, listen to your coach. You have to practice, not just with coach. You have to practice outside of coaching, on your own, in the community, and you have to want to do better.
I'm also going to piggyback off of that. It starts with yourself. When you look at yourself in the mirror, you have to ask yourself, what do you see? And if the person that you like is the person that you want to be, right on. But if there are things that you see about yourself that you don't like, now's the time to fix it. Respecting yourself. When you go out there and you represent Norristown track, your Norristown sports or Lady Eagles or whatever it is, you wear that in with pride because we didn't always get that opportunity. Respect yourselves, respect your teammates, respect your coaches, because as coaches, we're taking time out of our day to give back to you guys, to give back to our community, to give you guys something that we didn't have. Respect is very, very important. Respecting yourselves. You're going to come across times where you don't think you belong. You belong because you respect yourself and you respect the letters that you wear. You respect wearing that uniform of blue and white because it doesn't come easy. Nothing in life is easy. But respect is something that you need to put at the top of your totem pole when you look in the mirror. Do you respect yourself? Do you respect your do you respect your teammates? Do you respect your coaches? Do you respect being here? Yeah, don't nobody want to be in school, but at the end of the day, this is where you come to get better.
All right, let's give all these ladies a round of applause, please.